Okay. Good morning, and so we've just read the book, Goldilocks and the Three Bears, and so now what we're going to do is we're going to kind of break that story apart, and we're going to kind of break it up into these 4 areas. We're going to talk about character, setting, plot, and solution. So when we're reading that book, we're going to talk about characters. Did you guys remember? Can you guys recall any of the characters or the people or the animals that were in that story? Can any of you guys recall any of those characters?
The 3 bears.
The 3 bears. But were they all the same bears, or were they kind of different?
Baby bear.
There's Baby Bear. Yeah, they were kind of different. Can we think about what made them all different? So we had Baby Bear.
And Papa Bear.
Papa Bear. That's right. Who else? There was one more bear. Mama Bear. And were they the only ones, or was there somebody else in this story that kind of made a big commotion in this story? Who was that? You guys remember?
The one with the hair.
Yes, the little girl, right? Does anybody remember what her name was?
Goldilocks.
Goldilocks. It's kind of a unique name, so that's a hard one to remember. Okay, so all of these characters, they were somewhere in the story. That's going to be our setting. Where were they in the story? Do you remember? Can you identify any of the places they were?
The kitchen.
The kitchen. Where else?
The bedroom.
Bedroom. Okay. Where did they sit on the chairs? Do you remember where that setting was? Can you recall that?
The living room.
The living room. And where are all of these places? What are they inside of?
The house.
Whose house was that?
The bear's house.
Nice job. The bear's house. Bear's house. That's right. And can you remember, we're going to get a little deeper into that setting. Where was the bear's house? Was it in the city? Where was it?
In the woods.
In the woods. The bear's house in the woods. Nice job, guys. Okay. So, during that story, we're going to talk about the plot. That's the action that happened in the story. Can you guys remember any of the key parts of the story that made it really exciting for you? Can you name any of those?
When Goldilocks would try new things.
Goldilocks tried new things. Nathan, can you remember anything? Maybe what happened when she tried these new things? Can you remember any of the things that she did? Okay. Well, but that is the plot. That's the general plot, right? Because Goldilocks, she came into the house and she tried new things. Courtney, do you remember any of the things that she tried?
The porridge.
She tried some porridge. That was in the kitchen, right? What did she try when she was in the bedroom?
The beds.
The beds. And then how about in the living room?
The rocking chairs.
That's right, she sat in those chairs. Now, what happened when she tried the porridge?
It was too hot.
Too hot. There was one that was too hot, one that was too cold. Okay. What about with the beds? There was one that was too big, one that was too
small.
That's right. These are opposites. If you notice, we've got hot and cold, big and small. And then the chairs, one was too tall. One was too short. Okay, so these are the plot. The plot was Goldilocks tried new things, and these were some of the problems that happened in the story. So next we're going to talk about the solution. what did she do when one was too hot, one was too cold? Did she just stop? What did she do?
Try it again.
She continued to try. That's right. Until she found what?
One that's just right.
Till it was just right. So next what we're going to do is now I'm going to turn it over to you. We've made a story map about our story. We kind of broke it down into the different pieces. So next what I'm going to do is I'm going to have you guys make a character map. So that means you're going to have this paper and there's 4 parts in it. So you guys are going to work, you guys can work together to make it your own. So you're going to do Goldilocks. Who is Goldilocks? It says, I am what? What are some examples that you could use to describe Goldilocks?
She's a girl.
She's a girl. That's right.
She's young.
She's young. That's right. So there's 4 bubbles here. It says, I am, I like, I don't like, and I can what? So I'm going to give you guys some time. You guys can use the crayons. I want you guys to create and design your Goldilocks in the middle. It can look like the Goldilocks in the story. It can look like your own kind of Goldilocks. And you guys are going to figure out and answer kind of those bubbles. You guys are going to describe her and take a few minutes to draw her and put right there. Detail you're putting into her. She's kind of a witch. Why did you decide to make her a little bit of a witch?
Fairy tales. I like witches.
Okay. So, can you start to think of some of the things to fill in your bubbles? What is she? Who is she? What is she like? From the story, what do you remember she liked from the story?
From the story of mine.
From the story. From the story. So if you have any trouble with spelling or how to write, you can draw some pictures if you would like as well. But I would like you to try and at least sound out the words that you spell. Okay.
First 2 hours.
Yes, that's right. You guys can use this for spelling or guidance and trying to figure out some of the things that she liked. And if you think of other things maybe that we didn't talk about from the story, fill that in as well. If you get done, you can go back and continue to work on your Goldilocks if you'd like. we're going to share these here in about a minute. You can add more detail. You could also draw other parts of the story if you'd like on there as well. Okay, it looks like everybody's done. We're going to go through and just kind of share a little bit with each other some of the things that we talked about. So, Courtney, can you tell us what it says in your I am bubble?
I am curious.
Good word. That's a good word, wasn't it? Nathan, what did you have in yours? Did you also have curious?
I had curious as well.
Nice. That's a really good word to describe Goldilocks. What about, Nathan, did you have in your I like? What did you decide that Goldilocks likes?
Beds, porridge, and chairs.
She likes beds, porridge.
Sleep.
And the question is, too, does she like all of them? Does she like all the porridges and all the beds and all? That's right. She liked which ones? Ones that were just right. What about what she doesn't like? Courtney, what do you have? What does she not like?
Hot things.
Hot things. And do you have anything else?
Cold porridge.
Mm-hmm.
And big chairs.
That's right. Then Nathan, how about I can? Do you have anything for that?
Excuse me. I can find one that's just right.
She can find one that's just right. Courtney, do you have something different?
Try new things to discover what she likes.
Those are really great. All right, guys. So I'm going to go ahead and take those. Nice job. And so I'm going to have you guys go ahead and clean up your crayons.